Welcome to mediation. I am only here to keep things civil and to document the decisions made here today. Please remember that we are all here for the best interest of the child. What would you like to discuss first? If possible, I would like to go ahead and get the custody situation out of the way before hammering out parenting details. We have done a 50-50th schedule since our daughter finished nursing. I would like to go ahead and just have that in our order that will be continued, and there will be no interference in the custody transfers. I am fine with continuing our current parenting schedule, as long as I can be assured that my daughter's choices regarding diet and nutrition will be respected during your parenting time. That was very civil. Most people argue about parenting time the most, so I have high hopes that this session will be smooth sailing. Daughter's choice in nutrition will always be respected in our household, so long as she is remaining healthy. That should be the case in both households. I don't see what else we need to discuss then. We really could have saved the money and discussed this ourselves like adults. I would also like guaranteed 50-50th legal custody as well, including medical decision-making. You have been involved in daughter's health the whole time. Why do you need that written down? She has been going to a holistic doctor since the divorce. I don't mind her being seen there, but I would also like her to be seen occasionally by a pediatrician as well. She has been going to the doctor of my choosing ever since she was vaccinated without my consent at her pediatrician's office. She was vaccinated with my consent on a delayed schedule, which is what you agreed to. You gave me no choice about. Ma'am, I don't think it's very unreasonable to allow the father of the child to have equal say over his child's medical care, seeing as he has been equally involved in her upbringing. We do not see eye to eye on healthcare, so what happens when we inevitably come to a standstill? Does our daughter just not receive healthcare? How it is normally written is that standard medical care is taken care of by whoever the child is with on that day. And any extenuating medical care needed, such as vaccinations, medical procedures, and anything of the sort, need to be agreed upon. And if we don't agree, then you go before the judge and they will make the decision in the best interest of the child. So a random person decides the medical care my child gets. That's ridiculous. You can refuse this, but that will land you in front of the judge sooner, who will automatically add this to your order. Fine, Kevin can have medical decision-making, as long as we will have to discuss and agree upon any medical treatments our child will receive. Wonderful. Let's keep moving along. Are there any other specifics you all are wanting to have added to the order besides alternating holidays and what we have already discussed? I would like for our daughter to begin attending therapy once a week to discuss any major life changes and issues she may be facing. I believe a third-party adult would be beneficial to her emotional health. If you want daughter to be in therapy, it will need to be on your time and you have to pay for it. I do not agree to therapy when there is nothing wrong with my child. Do you agree to those terms, Kevin? If it is only on my time, I am fine with this. I will also foot the bill. Okay, well, if this is all that you needed to specify, I believe we are done for the day. I will have the order sent over to the judge to be signed and you all will receive your copies shortly. That was completely unnecessary and a waste of money, Kevin. We have co-parented just fine for a decade. Yet you needed some other man to stand in there to make sure your feelings weren't hurt. It has nothing to do with my feelings. There were things we needed to agree on and have notarized to keep it civil between our households. It has been civil between our houses until you made us do this ridiculous mediation. Now I know I can no longer trust you and rely on you as support. You are the one who has ruined the trust in our relationship, and this whole mediation will bite you in the butt sooner than you think. Kayla just messaged me to say daughter did not get off the bus stop at our house today. Do you know where she is before I call the school? She stayed at home for a mental health day today. She had a very rough morning, and her peace was more important to me than a day at school. That's totally fine. Just please tell me next time she stays home on a transition day. I am headed that way to come get her. I wouldn't suggest that. She does not want to go with you. That was why she was so upset this morning. It's my day. Why is she saying she doesn't want to come? She has never done that before. Kevin, I apologize, but I will not force my daughter to go somewhere she does not want to go. She has her own voice and has made this decision, and you need to respect it. Hey sweetheart, I am on the way to pick you up and your mom is telling me you're refusing to come. Is there something you need to talk about? I'm not going with you, Dad. I am almost 11 years old now and Mom said that the police won't make me go if I don't want to. I never want to go to your house again. Well, why don't you help me understand why you don't want to come? I saw the paperwork from the judge that Mom left on the table. You said you want me to go to a therapist. You think I'm some crazy person, and you want me to go to a crazy person doctor and a regular doctor to get medicated until I'm just like you. I want you to be able to talk to someone. Lots of people go to a therapist, and it doesn't mean they're crazy. Well, maybe you should go to a therapist because you're crazy if you think I'm going with you. If you make me, I'll run away. Leave me alone. You brought the police to my home to traumatize our child some more. Haven't you already done enough, Kevin? Ma'am, I am here to simply help facilitate a peaceful transfer of custody. Please tell your daughter that it's time to go with her father. I told you I wasn't going. I will run away. And what happens if I refuse to force her to go? I will not physically remove my daughter from my home. If she wants to stay, she can. Well, no, of course I cannot force her to go. But I will have to write up a report stating that you are willfully in contempt of your court order. I'm not going. I refuse. I'm going back inside. I hate you, Dad. Please write that report for me, officer. Of course, sir. Let's just go back to our vehicle. So you want to go back to court already? Isn't it enough that we were just there? We were in mediation, and the fact that it has been a week that you have withheld daughter and not attempted to facilitate any communication shows that I have no other choice. It's not my fault she doesn't want anything to do with you. She is her own person, and I fully support any decision she makes to keep her mental health intact. So being with her father is bad for her mental health. But you telling her that Kayla is unaliving her sibling by eating meat is doing no damage. I am allowed to believe whatever I choose, and I am allowed to tell my child my beliefs. The fact that even daughter is smart enough to realize Kayla is a monster shows how evil you have become. You are hurting daughter more than anyone else at this moment. One day she will realize. You're boring me. We need to discuss the matter of child support. Now that daughter will be with me full-time, I will need you to financially contribute to this household as well. Daughter is only with you full-time because you have alienated her from our household. If a judge decides to grant you child support, that is fine. But until then, I will not be discussing support with you. It is your responsibility to financially support your child. I know you have your sparkly new family over there, but you cannot just abandon all of your responsibilities with our child. I have not abandoned her. You need to stop filling her head with these things. It is hurting her. What's hurting her is seeing the truth about how her father forced her to eat animal flesh for years and didn't care if it made her sick. She's finally healing now. You're really crazy, aren't you? Hi, Daddy. I have a question for you, so I wanted to give you a call. Of course, what's your question? I miss you. It's my birthday next week, and I really need to get new clothes. My clothes don't fit very well anymore. I want to go on a shopping trip with Mommy for my birthday. Will you give me money for it? I know, I can't believe you're going to be 11 already. How about you pick a day, and I will come pick you up, and you can go to the city to go clothes shopping. Maybe your friends could come too. Mom said I was supposed to go with her. She said that if I asked, you would give me the money so we could go. She doesn't want you to come too. I know, but I haven't seen you in almost 3 months. I'd like to see you for your birthday. Mom said no. So you aren't even going to give your daughter anything for her birthday? That's low, even for you. As I told her, I am more than happy to take her and some friends out on a shopping spree. But I will not be giving money for you to take her. You realize how bad this is going to make you look in court next week, right? It just shows you only care about control, not about her happiness. That isn't true. All I want is a relationship with my child. You have done everything in your power to destroy that. I see it, she sees it, and I will make sure that the judge will see it as well next week. Don't worry. The entire reason she said no to me taking her is because you told her I couldn't go. I'm saving her more heartbreak from you. We all know you don't care about anyone else's happiness except your own. It's my